A while back, I asked my friends on Facebook this question. What do you think is something people moving to Omaha may not realize before they are here? Now, I got some great responses, and I'm going to share some of these responses in today's video, and we're going to get it started right now. Of course, when I ask this question, there's always going to be somebody trying to be funny. Don replied with, people live in Nebraska. Yes, according to the 2020 U.S. Census, Nebraska ranked 38th in population with just over 1.9 million people. Dita had two observations. One, what terrible drivers we have here. And Dita also pointed out that native Midwesterners stand outside and watch as a tornado bears down on them. You can tell who moved outside of Nebraska by who is or isn't standing outside watching for the tornado to touch down. And I remember as a kid, the sirens would go off and now the neighbors would get out and, talk to each other in the driveway. Now, Amy chimed in about the driver situation, and she said that our drivers are not as bad as the drivers in Dallas. According to Amy, if drivers in Dallas don't like the traffic, they just simply go off-road, down an embankment, and get to another highway. Of course, we're going to have folks that comment on the weather. Marvin said that it could be 80 degrees in October, then turn around and be cold and snowing the very next day. And that is true. Jackie commented about how the weather is unpredictable and to always have 4 seasons of clothing ready. Melissa, who is originally from Chicago, said, 1, Nebraskans are incredibly nice. 2, Nebraskans do not speed and never seem to be in a hurry. 3, we don't have assigned trick-or-treating hours. Now, I guess in Illinois, you have assigned hours for trick-or-treating. And then her fourth observation, or her fourth comment, was the Nebraska football schedule drives life around here. And that is true. Jim mentioned cultural diversity. There's a lot more to Nebraska than just football. Incredible food and extremely nice, well-meaning people. Mike commented about the great local music scene, especially in the Benson district. Now, Benson has really made a comeback and is now a place where all the cool people like to hang out. Mike is a cool guy, so I can see why he likes Benson. Mary commented about our art scene. People may not realize Omaha has a pretty substantial art scene. We have the Jocelyn Art Museum, which is currently undergoing an expansion and is set to open in 2024. She also mentioned the Holland Performing Arts Center, the Hot Shops, Jazz on the Green, and Shakespeare on the Green. This year, we also added the Omaha Steel House. Now, this is another music venue that opened downtown. We also have local art shops in the Benson area, Elkhorn, and the Old Market area. I think anyone moving to Omaha will definitely be pleasantly surprised with our art scene. Chris commented that as someone who moved here from out of state, the thing that surprised me was the amount of amazing outdoor activities. He mentioned Tree Rush at the Fontenelle Forest, and he was impressed with the Henry Dorley Zoo, and he thought our food scene was legit. Rachel, who was also a transplant, moved to Omaha in 2015. She said, Vala's was awesome. The corn is everywhere. The unbelievably high taxes. And there are a lot more trees than I would have thought. And they're beautiful. Now, this time of year, the nice thing about Omaha in the fall, the weather is cooler and the trees, as they turn colors, are just simply beautiful. I was surprised that no one mentioned the beauty of a Nebraska sunset. Now, we have lots of wind, and I think that kicks up a lot of dust, so I think that helps with making our sunsets a little bit better. Now, that's just a theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds good. Jackie also mentioned the Huskers. Nearly everyone is a Husker fan, and if you want to blend in, you may want to buy some Husker gear. Another point which was brought up multiple times by several different people was the subject of property taxes. Paul mentioned how high the real estate taxes are here when buying a home. He spoke about a neighbor who was retired military who moved to Tennessee to get away from our property taxes. According to Paul, this person was going to save $1,000 a month and will have a larger home in Tennessee. Now, we have taxes on real estate, vehicles, and we have a state income tax too. This person moving to Tennessee was going to save $12,000 a year. Now, to give you some idea of our property taxes, let's take, for example, a listing I recently sold in Bellevue, Nebraska. Bellevue is just south of Omaha in Sarpy County. Bellevue is the home to Offutt Air Force Base and to Fontenelle Forest. Now, to give you some idea of the taxes, this home was located at 13304 South 35th Street. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage with just over 1,800 finished square feet. It was built in 1996, and in October of 2023, it sold for $260,000. The property taxes were $4,087 for the year. In Nebraska, every January, the tax assessor is going to reassess the value of your home, and you'll be taxed on the assessed value. There is a mill levy. The mill levy varies depending on your subdivision. The newer subdivisions tend to have a little bit higher tax levies. Now, there's 11 different government agencies that are paid out through our property taxes. The vast majority of the funds from our property taxes go back into the local school district. Long story short, our property taxes are high, and you definitely want to account for property taxes in your housing budget if you're going to buy a home. Speaking of buying or selling a home, my name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty, and I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, if you need any assistance with buying, selling, or investing in the Omaha area, my contact information is in the description below. Todd mentioned the local food scene with so many great local places. Now, on that note, I recently discovered 2 new places. One is the Rail Car at 1814 North 144th Street. They serve classic American cuisine. Really good place. I had the prime rib French dip, and it was fabulous. I also tried another spot, and this place is called Finicky Frank's. Now, Finicky Frank's is located in Ponca Hills at 9520 Calhoun Road in Omaha, Nebraska. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. The food is cooked fresh, and this is the type of place where they don't even have a microwave to warm things up. It's a real delight to eat there. They are very busy, and reservations are highly advisable. Another perception many people have about Nebraska is the fact that Omaha is not flat. In fact, Jillian mentioned Omaha is not flat like most of the state. No matter where you buy a house, there will almost always be on a hill. Melissa added, there are a ton of hills in Omaha. It's not all green pastures and cows. And if you do like to bike and you want to avoid the hills, the one thing we do have, and that's lots of trails along the Papio Creek Basin. Many of these trails go across the city and around many of the dam site lakes. So if you enjoy biking, there is plenty of opportunity there. Another item Amy mentioned was something many people not from our area know about, and that is the quality of our healthcare system. Amy said there are 2 major medical centers with cutting-edge research and technology. People come from all over the world for our top-notch medical care. Ruth mentioned you have the best of both worlds. I enjoy going into the city to do things like shopping and trying out the different bars and nightlife and restaurants. And I also have the serenity of living in the suburbs in Papillion. Basically, a 20-minute drive to anywhere, if not less, because the great highway and interstate system. Rebecca commented that there's a Costco and a Whole Foods, something we have to drive 100 miles to in Arkansas. Now, there are 2 items that I was surprised not being mentioned. Okay, number 1 was going to be the roads. Overall, the condition of our roads is not great. Now, because of our weather, we have lots of potholes in the spring. Another aspect is the amount of road construction within the city. It seems like we have major roadways always under some sort of road construction. Another weather-related item is the wind. It can be very windy in the Midwest. Another aspect weather-related, and that is the humidity in the summer. Now, to be fair, I asked this question in the fall, so humid weather may not be top of mind. Now, another item that I was kind of surprised people didn't bring up, and that is the subject of allergies. If you suffer from allergies, Omaha and the Midwest have lots of pollen in the air. Now, that is something that'll kick in after you're here for a while, but it's something that you should be aware of. And if you want to learn more about Omaha, hey, be sure to check out this next video and you make it a great day.